The Wren family, James, Sarah, and their two children, Lily and Max, moved to a weathered Victorian house deep in the quiet woods of Wren Hollow. It was a beautiful property, inherited from a distant relative they had never met. Despite the isolation, they saw it as a chance to escape city life and reconnect as a family. But something was wrong with the house. It started with the whispers. Lily was the first to hear them. At night, lying in bed, she would hear soft voices echoing in the hall outside her room. They never made sense, fragments of sentences, low mutters, and sometimes her name. When she told her parents, they brushed it off as dreams or the wind. Then Max started talking to someone who wasn't there. He called them Mr. Buttons, a man with no eyes who sits in the walls. They assumed it was an imaginary friend, but Max's behavior grew more disturbed. He refused to sleep in his room and drew disturbing pictures, figures with hollow faces and sharp teeth, always hiding behind doors or under beds. One night, James decided to set up a camera in Max's room. What he saw the next morning turned his blood cold. At exactly 3:03 a.m., the door creaked open by itself, and a tall shadow crept into the room. It stood at Max's bed for a full minute, then vanished into the wall. Sarah wanted to leave immediately, but when they tried, their car wouldn't start. Cell service vanished. Every road out of Wren Hollow seemed to loop back to the house. Desperate, James explored the attic for answers. Behind a panel, he found a dusty trunk filled with letters from a woman named Eliza Wren, dated over 100 years ago. She wrote about her husband, who went mad after hearing the whispers and feeding the house. The last letter ended with a chilling line. "It's awake again, and it's hungry for children." That night, the house came alive. Walls bled, doors slammed shut. The whispers turned to screams. Shadows crawled out of corners, reaching for the children. In a final act of desperation, Lily remembered something Eliza had written. "The house feeds on fear. If you show it no fear, it has no power." Holding Max's hand, she led her family into the center of the living room. They stood together, trembling, but silent and strong. The shadows circled them, howling, but never touched them. And as the sun rose, the house fell silent. By morning, the car started. The roads led away from Wren Hollow. The family never looked back, but on quiet nights, Lily still hears the whispers in her dreams. And what they thought was over was only just beginning. Stay close, part 2 is coming.